What's up YouTube, it's JGK, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why music artists should release their unreleased music. So unreleased music is something that some music artists do, but it's not something that everybody does, and it's not something that everybody wants to do. And as a fan of music, I really wish that unreleased music was more embraced. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the reasons I think music artists should put out their unreleased music. And I have like some bullet points here about like 6 reasons. So let's go through them. Got the paper right here. So the first reason we'll get into is that fans and creators feel differently. Look, sometimes a music creator could make something and he thinks it's good, but a fan might not like it. Or a music creator likes something and he's like, oh, that shit was terrible, but then the fan might like it. There's a good example of this. Eminem, for example, he hates Relapse, but I personally love Relapse. So that's the first reason, is there's always going to be a difference a lot of times between what the creator thinks, which is the music artist, or what the fan thinks. Sometimes the fan and the music artist will have differing opinions on the said art. So that's the first reason. Just because a music artist may not like certain unreleased songs they've made doesn't mean they shouldn't release it just because they don't like it, because there could be fans that do like it. So there's reason number 1 for you on why music artists should put out their unreleased music. So that's reason number 1. Now reason number 2 is that it's easy money. Look, it's easy money because you don't have to do anything, you know. Easy freaking money. For example, Eminem, he probably has tons and tons and tons of unreleased music. I've seen a document for stuff for Marshall Mathers LP. He said in the interview he had enough material for Relapse 2 and 3. And then you got Dr. Dre with Detox and all these other music artists. I think I read somewhere that Prince has like 10,000 or tons of songs somewhere in a vault. It's easy money because a music artist doesn't have to go in the studio and record new music and write a whole new album. No. All they have to do is just release old shit that they made at any point in time, and they can just put it out and just sell it, and it would sell like crazy. Like, imagine if Eminem right now put out a compilation project where he said, this is all of my unreleased stuff. Do you know how much money Eminem would make from that? He would make a ton of money. So there's another reason and another fact of why I think music artists should release their unreleased music. It's easy money. You don't got to make anything new. You can just put out stuff you already made and make the money you would make off of making new stuff. Hell, you might even make more because people will be like, cool, we get to hear what didn't come out. We get to hear the unreleased stuff. So there's reason number 2. It's easy money. So reason number 3 is that it's a waste to not do it. You know, it takes time to make music and get in the studio and put stuff together. And to just have it but never release it at all, whether it's because the artist doesn't like it or this reason or that reason, it just seems like a waste to not even put it out at all, because you spent studio time making it, you spent your own time making it, probably spent money making it, you spent time in general to put together some piece of music, and to just leave it setting or hold on to it and not do anything with it, not release it, not at least sell it or anything, it's just a waste. And it makes all your efforts go to waste. And I think that's another reason that music artists should put out their unreleased music, is it'd be a waste not to do it, because you take effort and time to make something, and if you don't put it out, then where does that time and effort and money go to? It goes nowhere. So there is another reason why music artists should put out their unreleased music. So that was reason number 3. We're moving on to reason number 4, another reason. For fans who don't like what the artist became. You know, we've seen this a lot of times. People like Eminem, for example. Eminem's like, when it comes to Eminem's music nowadays, it's very split. There's people that like his new stuff. There's people that feel like his new stuff isn't good and they prefer his old stuff. And maybe this is the case with a lot of music artists, where fans felt like they had certain primes, they were good at certain times, and then they just fell off. And this would be a way for the artist to satisfy fans of theirs that don't like their new stuff. So for example, for the people that aren't huge on new Eminem like me, and the other ones that don't like new Eminem, if Eminem were to release his unreleased music, especially the stuff from 2010s and under, it would be great, because then instead of just being disappointed and not caring to check out something new he makes, because I'm not a fan of new Eminem, I could just hear some unreleased Eminem from the days when Eminem was different in those different time periods. And in general, with music artists in general, you would be able to satisfy the fans of yours that don't like the new direction and don't like where your music has became. So there's another reason for music artists to put out unreleased music. It satisfies the fans that feels like an artist they like has fell off. So there is reason number 4. So going on to the 5th reason is that it can hold over fans. You could take breaks. You know, I'm sure being a music artist is tough. You got to go in the studio constantly and make songs and albums. You got to tour. You got to do interviews, all of this stuff. And there's like 2 reasons in one, but we'll just talk about both of them. First of all, it can hold over fans. Let's say you want to prepare a new project as a music artist or make some new material. Well, what you could do is, in the meantime, all right, it's going to take me a while to make this new music for my fans. So while they're waiting on that, I'm going to put out some unreleased music to hold the fans over while I'm working on the new stuff. So that's one reason. Another reason and another benefit could be getting a break, taking a break. Because like I said, as a music artist, it takes time and effort to put music together and make projects and do what you have to do. And sometimes music artists could get overwhelmed and just get exhausted by all the work it takes to be a musician. So if they want to take a break or go on a hiatus, them relying on unreleased music would help, because then they could just put stuff out they've already made and take their break and take their hiatus and do whatever it is they want to do until they feel like they're ready to come back and make new stuff. So there's some other reasons why music artists should release their unreleased music. So that was reason number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get to reason number 6, the final reason. It'd be interesting in general, it'd be interesting in general to see the music that never made it, the albums that never made it, the songs that never made it. It would just be interesting to hear it and see how it sounds and see how it comes out. I could think of plenty of things I would love to hear. I would love to hear the songs that didn't make it on the Marshall Mathers LP for Eminem's album. I would love to hear everything Dr. Dre made for Detox. I'd love to hear King Mathers. There's plenty more examples you could think of, but there's a lot of things that would be interesting if we could just get unreleased music. And it would just be interesting just to see how it sounds, how it turns out. And sometimes, yes, unreleased music, when it gets put out, it's sometimes it can be bad, like, oh, I can see why this wasn't put out. But still, I think it's interesting to have unreleased music come out, because what it basically does is it just allows us to see the stuff that didn't make it, and it's just interesting in general. And I forgot to write this down, but I'm going to throw this in here as a 7th reason. I forgot to write this down, so I came up with this on the spot. It would help with avoiding leaks. I know one thing that happens a lot nowadays with music artists, and even sometime in the mid to late 2000s, they dealt with a lot of leaks. They dealt with a lot of people leaking their music or leaking unreleased music. And if all these reasons here, plus this one, could convince all the music artists out there to actually release their unreleased music, sell it themselves, and put it out there, they can make a profit off it, they can make money off of it, and there could be official releases. And you wouldn't have all this weird shit going on where people's music is getting leaked, especially unreleased stuff. Tons of Dre's music got leaked, tons of M's music got leaked, and I'm sure it happened to many other music artists. And that wouldn't happen or maybe it would still happen because it's the internet, but at the end of the day, I think the whole leak problem could be somewhat shortened and not as bad if the music artists themselves would just put out the unreleased music themselves. And then that way you can avoid someone leaking it. And plus, some people have made money off unreleased music. I've seen people that have had rare Eminem songs that have never been released, and they charge people like thousands of dollars to even put it out there when Eminem could have made that money. And that's fucked up, because some of those people selling those Eminem songs, they didn't make that song. They had nothing to do with it. They don't deserve that money. That money should go to Eminem because he made that song. You get what I mean? So that's all I have to say in general in this video about why music artists should release unreleased music. all these reasons I stated and everything I said in this video is why I think it should happen and why I think they should do it. And I wish it would happen, because as a fan of music, I want to hear the unreleased music, and I find unreleased music interesting. And I wish the music industry and musicians in general were more open to doing it and more open-minded to doing it, because it's not something that's generally done all the time. It has been done, but it's not really done that much, and it's not really done to the full effect of what it could be done with to, or to the full effect of what it could lead to, if that makes sense. So that's all I have to say in this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. And this, like I said, well, I had to say this before, but my name is JGK. This YouTube channel is all about music. I like music. It's my favorite thing. We talk about music on this channel. That's what this channel is about. So if you're a fan of music and you're a fan of, you know, wanting to watch a YouTuber talk about music, then subscribe to this channel and stick around, because this channel is all about music. That's all I got to say in this video. You let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.